3,500 years ago, one man stood alone in the Persian desert. The air burned, the earth shimmered, and in the silence, he heard the voice of God, speaking through fire. His name, Zarathustra. Before Christianity, before Islam, before even Judaism, one prophet defined the eternal war between good and evil. But who was he? And why do all world religions still echo his revelation? This is the story of the forgotten prophet, whose cosmic battle shaped the way you think, believe, and live today. Zarathustra lived in an age of fear, an age where gods demanded blood, where thunder was divine punishment and chaos ruled the minds of men. But Zarathustra began to question everything. If there truly is a divine force, why would it crave suffering? Why would it rule through fear? At 30, he left everything behind, his village, his faith, his family, and vanished into the wilderness. There, in silence and solitude, he searched the stars and meditated on the flame. Fire, pure, untouchable, eternal. And one night, in that solitude, a voice came through the light. I am Ahura Mazda, the wise Lord. Ahura Mazda revealed the secret structure of reality, a universe divided by two opposing forces. Asha, order, truth, and light. Druj, chaos, falsehood, and darkness. But the revelation didn't stop there. Zarathustra declared something revolutionary. Every human being is a warrior in this cosmic war. Good and evil are not gods outside of us. They live within us. Every thought, every word, every action is a choice between light and shadow. This idea changed everything. Zarathustra replaced fear with responsibility. He taught three sacred principles, the pillars of the Zoroastrian faith: Humata, Hukta, Varshta, good thoughts, good words, good deeds. While other civilizations believed in destiny, Zarathustra whispered, "You are the destiny." The flame became the eternal symbol of purity and awareness. In Zoroastrian temples, sacred fires have burned for over 1,000 years, never allowed to die. A living reminder that truth, once ignited, cannot be extinguished. For the Persians, gazing into fire was not idol worship. It was communion, a direct connection with the divine light that burns inside every soul. But Zarathustra's ideas didn't stay buried in Persia. Centuries later, when the Jews were exiled to Babylon, they met the followers of this fiery prophet. And from those encounters, new concepts began to emerge. Angels and demons, heaven and hell, the resurrection of the dead, the final judgment, all of it, drawn from the teachings of Zarathustra. Those ideas blended into Judaism, then flowed into Christianity, and finally into Islam. Zarathustra's voice echoed across millennia, reshaping the moral foundation of humanity. He taught that life is not punishment, but a test of choice, a battlefield between truth and lies. Even if his name faded from history, his philosophy became the unseen skeleton of the world's great religions. Over 2,000 years later, a German philosopher rediscovered the forgotten prophet. His name was Friedrich Nietzsche. Nietzsche saw in Zarathustra the perfect symbol, not of holiness, but of transformation. He named his masterpiece, "Thus Spoke Zarathustra." For Nietzsche, Zarathustra represented the man who kills the old gods, not out of rebellion, but to make room for a higher form of consciousness. As fire destroys to purify, Zarathustra burns away ignorance to awaken the divine within man. Nietzsche wrote, "Man is something that must be overcome." And he chose Zarathustra because he was the first to teach that the divine war happens inside the self. But what does this have to do with you, now, in 2025? Everything. Every day, you fight the same ancient battle. Each decision, each moment of truth or deceit, feeds one side of the flame. When you speak truth, even when it hurts, you serve the light. When you lie, when you surrender to despair or fear, you empower darkness. There are no demons with horns, only the ones you feed inside your mind. Modern psychology confirms what Zarathustra knew millennia ago. Good thoughts create new neural pathways. Good words shape the behavior of others. Good deeds transform environments. Your mind is a sacred temple, and your choices are the fire that burns within it. Even today, in the mountains of Iran and India, ancient fire temples still burn. The same flame that once illuminated Zarathustra's eyes still flickers. Empires have fallen, religions have risen and decayed, yet the fire endures. Because the fire was never just a symbol, it was a mirror, showing us what we could become. Fire consumes, but it also transforms. It is the reminder that truth burns, but it purifies. Hell is the absence of light. Heaven is keeping the flame alive. The war between Asha and Druj never ended. It burns in your mind, in your choices, in your silence. If you seek more forgotten wisdom, more hidden truths that shaped our modern world, subscribe, because the flame still needs keepers, and maybe you were born to be one.